Tempo tracks have completely transformed the way that I work in Ableton Live, have allowed me to work faster than almost anyone else. And there's a lot of benefits to them, and I've talked about them for many, many years. I've showed lots of videos how to set them up, how to use them. I'm going to take you through just a couple updated benefits now. Again, you can search and find tempo tracks and find how to create them all over the internet that I've created. But I want to just take you through an updated kind of, here's a couple reasons I like this. One, it comes down to, for me, first off, building a set quickly. So I want to add a song to my Ableton set here. I'm going to go into my folder. This is some content I use for one of our recent accelerators, where I took people through a 12-week program, walking through the playback method. So I'm going to drag this song into my Ableton Live set. This isn't an incredibly fast computer, so it's going to take a second to load, but that's perfectly fine. One of the big reasons I like using the tempo track is because I use what's called the three-part playback framework. It means I create a template for live performance, I program each and every one of my songs using that template, then I build a set, like I'm doing right now, of program songs from that template. So this set started as my template. And the benefit of that is I can go in and I can take a song like this, ain't worried about it, and I can drop this into my Ableton Live set. The way I do this is everything's pre-programmed. So I just go here, I paste to the exact place that I need it. I hold Shift, I do Command X to cut it, and then I go up and paste what I call my global programming tracks into place, and then I delete everything except for my group track. Now, because I used a tempo track, I don't have to go back to my previous song and I have to set my tempo. My tempo is set. So if I press play here, you can see there's my tempo track right there, 140 BPM.
Ain't worried about it.
Press
3,
play.
4.
Okay, that tempo is automatically set. My set is built. It's beautiful. One of the big reasons, though, that I use this is often I'll find myself in a rehearsal, and the particular artist I work with, every single song we do is 2 BPM faster than the studio version. That's like table stakes. That's just where we start with. But we'll often get into a rehearsal and we'll say, hey, you know what, 140 BPM feels a little fast. Let's slow it down. Because I've warped all my stems and I set them to beats, I can go in and double click on 140 and I can go down to the segment BPM here and just type 138. And then I go to this lead button here and I change it from follow to lead back to lead. And when I press play now,
Ain't worried about it. 3,
you can
4.
see, you hear one, it's slowed down. And if you look up here at Live's global tempo, you'll see that's at 138. This allows me to make tempo changes instantaneously. It's incredibly, incredibly quick. And what's beautiful about this too is this works even with songs with tempo changes, right? So if you have maybe just a quick jump from 138 to 140, that's really easy. But even if you have a tempo ramp, what a lot of people don't realize is, because I'll post content about this and people say, yeah, but it's a disaster if you've got tempo changes. And one, I say, Felicia, back up. You don't know what you're talking about here, Felicia. But the nice thing about a tempo track is your tempo track can be your click track. So when I have a song with crazy tempo changes, I just export the click track from that, unless I have stems that already have a click that follows those. And I just replace that audio tempo track with the click track, and all my tempo changes are right there. I can still build a set just like I do. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the extra step of replacing some of those with tempo tracks. Maybe like my verse and my chorus, which was a constant tempo, steady tempo, will be a tempo track. And then I'll have my tempo ramps up and down than the rest of it. But it's allowed me to work really, really quickly. Here's the thing I want to encourage you as we wrap up this video. If you don't use a tempo track right now, try it. The beautiful thing about this is last time I checked, it's a Monday, last time I checked, it's not illegal to use a tempo track, and if you don't like it, you can always go back. I spent many, many years, even as an Ableton Live certified trainer, pushing back against new ideas. I was a session view guy for like 6 years. Can't get anywhere near arrangement view. But the irony is those 5-6 years that I was hardcore session view, I never once actually tried running tracks in arrangement view. But as soon as I did, I went, I'm never going back. And in fact, the gig I have right now, I could not do in session view. It's impossible to do. There's certain gigs that I've done that I could do in session view, and you maybe run gigs in session view. God bless you. That's good for you, Felicia. But try it. If it doesn't work for you, go back. And if you think it's not going to work for your particular scenario, imagine there's a world in which you may be wrong and it is possible. And look out for that reason. Try to find it. And it's a beautiful thing when you try to find something that works for you and makes your life easier. And again, if it doesn't, go back to doing what you're doing. We love you, even still, Felicia. Felicia, thanks for watching. Whoever else is watching, thanks for watching. That's why I use the tempo track. I love it. It simplified my life, allowed me to work quickly. See you on the next one. Peace.